JJ McCarthy as a prospect?
I think he's a first-round prospect for sure, right?
Okay.
And obviously, you got to keep in mind the positional value of a quarterback, right? Quarterbacks, but like if you're gonna say like, would I rather take, do I think JJ McCarthy's like the fifth best player in this class? I do not. There's probably like 30 players that are better than JJ McCarthy in this class, or better prospects, I should say. But I am higher on JJ McCarthy, I think, than like the average person thinks. So, for example, if McCarthy was there with like pick 6, and if the Raiders wanted to trade up for that, as long as you're not giving up at even 2 first-round picks, which you shouldn't have to. If you're going from 13 to 6, it shouldn't cost you more than like 1 additional second-round pick, right? Because you're not trading up into like the top 2 or 3 picks. I'd be okay with that. I would honestly be okay with JJ McCarthy as the Raiders quarterback. I think he's better than what a lot of people give him credit for, because I don't know why it's like this. I don't know why he kind of gets knocked as a prospect, because he has the ability to create. Now, he's not as fast as some of the other guys, but he can make plays. He's not Aiden O'Connell back there. Like, the guy can run. Make plays.
That's true.
Plus, he ran a very good offense with Michigan. He's been coached by a really good coach for the entirety of his college career. I think McCarthy definitely has upside. Now, some people love Bo Nix, right? People put Bo Nix ahead of JJ McCarthy, but like Bo Nix been all over the place, and he's much older from how much older is Bo Nix than JJ McCarthy? I think there's at least 2 or 3 years.
Yes, 2 years. I think Bo Nix is 23. I know JJ's 21. I think.
Okay.
I think something like that. Yeah.
I would take JJ McCarthy over Bo Nix. I would have Bo Nix as my 5th, and I'd put Michael Penix as the 6th quarterback.
Okay. See, it's hard, man, and I know like people in my chat, they're probably cracking up because they know I do not like JJ McCarthy, and this and this is coming from a Michigan fan. Like I love that he helped us get the chip, but I just feel like he's limited from an arm talent standpoint, and I think that Harbaugh did a good job to kind of mask that, but I won't get into that. But I one thing I will say about him, he is gritty, he's tough. He's a great leader. Like the locker room loved him. Yeah. So, but I can't lie. I do not want him wearing the silver and black. So as soon as he gets drafted and it's not us, I'll be happy.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think is more important? Do you think a quarterback is more important than the offensive coach, head coach / play caller? Like, do you think a play caller is more important than the actual quarterback, or do you think a quarterback's more important than the play caller?
Oh, that's a good one. But to me, I'm always going to say the talents. I'm gonna say the quarterback. But I know a good quarterback, can be terrible with the wrong coach. But then I feel like a good coach can't always coach up bad talent. So I don't know. But I'll say quarterback's more important. What about you?
It's an interesting question. So I would take the play caller over the quarterback, but only because, and I guess it's something that Kyle Shanahan's taught us, is that he could take Jimmy Garoppolo to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
Right? He could take Brock Purdy to the Super Bowl, right? And I only say play caller because, Kyle Shanahan's probably never going to get fired from that 49ers job. And chances are, if he's with the 49ers for the next 40 years, chances are he'll draft the next Patrick Mahomes, right? Or he'll draft the next talented quarterback at some point. And chances are they're going to end up winning multiple Super Bowl rings. It's the same way where Andy Reid, we knew this guy was a great coach. We've known that for years. But he always has had guys that he's had to kind of elevate a little bit, right? Alex Smith, for example. Other quarterbacks he's kind of had in the past. But when he got that Patrick Mahomes, I mean, they're going to win 2-3 more Super Bowls probably, right? And they're already at 3. And that's my point with JJ McCarthy as well, right? If JJ McCarthy goes and plays with Kyle Shanahan, chances are he's going to have success. Now, I know we have Luke Getsy, and I don't think Luke Getsy is Kyle Shanahan, right? So you got to factor those things in as well. But I think it's just an interesting question, right? I don't think there's a wrong or right answer in that.
Yeah, it is. Because it can go either way. I think that Brock Purdy, Shanahan's a perfect example of that. But then it's like you kind of talk about Andy Reid is like he could only go so far with the Alex Smith, but then once you get the quarterback, you get the guy, then now you can, they're limitless at this point. So
right.